Hi, and welcome to our Sloan C online workshop entitled Using Advanced Podcasting and Other Web 2.0 Multimedia in Your Curriculum. I'm Michael Cheney, and I'm happy to be here to join you for the next 10 days or so as we take an in-depth look at this emerging Web 2.0 technology, podcasting, as well as several Web 2.0 multimedia tools that really form a good complement to podcasting. We'll be looking at the use of these technologies to enhance our online and blended classes in higher education.
And hi everyone, this is Burks Oakley, and I'm also delighted to be with you and to have this opportunity to interact with you. Hopefully we'll all be learning a lot from each other as we move forward with this Sloan C online workshop. This workshop is a follow-up to the online workshops that we've done previously on the topic of podcasting, and it really is targeted to those individuals who want to examine this topic in greater detail. We're assuming that the workshop participants already know what a podcast is and how podcasts are created and distributed. But if you're new to podcasting, we have some good tutorials to get you started, and of course, some other Web 2.0 multimedia technologies to examine.
Yes, Burks, I'm looking forward to building on what we have covered in our introductory workshops. I think we are going to have an exciting 10 days ahead of us. And now a little bit about ourselves. I'm Michael, and I've been teaching in higher education for over 35 years and actually taught my first online class through the Plato system at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign in 1974. Since then, I've tried to bring into my classes the latest technology to enhance the learning environment. I am particularly enamored with Web 2.0 technologies, which let the students have a more robust set of ways to learn. Of those technologies, I find podcasting particularly useful as it lets students have audio with graphics, and even video right on their desktop or tablet computer or smartphone. And in my classes in communication, as well as economics and liberal studies, I have found it adds immensely to the students' appreciation and understanding of the class material.
Gosh, Michael, I wish I were as glib as you and could simply sit down and start talking about myself. But as you can see, I'm the person on the right in this slide. I'm the one that has a little bit more hair than the fellow sitting by the computer monitor on the left. Okay, Michael. At any rate, I also have been at the University of Illinois, for more than 30 years now. I'm officially a professor emeritus of electrical and computer engineering on the Urbana campus, but I also have an appointment as a scholar in residence on the Springfield campus. From 1997 until 2007, I was the director of the University of Illinois Online Initiative, working to develop and deliver online programs on all three of our campuses. I do have some experience teaching online. I've taught a number of online courses for the Springfield campus. And of course, I can do that from my home in Champaign, Illinois, or wherever I happen to be.
And Burks, make sure to mention that you received the Sloan C Award for Most Outstanding Achievement in Online Learning by an Individual.
Well, Michael, you received the Sloan C Award for Excellence in Online Teaching this past year, which is definitely an outstanding accomplishment.
Thanks, Burks. That award is something of which I'm especially proud.
So here we are, the two of us, and again, we're really looking forward to talking about podcasting and other Web 2.0 multimedia tools. Not just the technology, but also the pedagogy, and how we best can use these tools in our blended and fully online courses. Well, why don't we just go on to the next slide now. And as I said, Michael, here is a list of the topics that we'll be covering in this workshop. We'll actually look at 9 different applications over the next 10 days. In the area of podcasting, we'll look at moving beyond recording an MP3 file with your voice. We'll look at creating an RSS feed for a podcast series so that listeners can subscribe using iTunes. We'll look at podcasts that incorporate digital music and podcasts that are based around an interview with a colleague. Finally, we'll look at enhanced podcasts which incorporate images and hyperlinks.
Burks, you know that I'm a great believer in using free technologies to improve student learning, and there are certainly some good Web 2.0 multimedia tools that fit into this category. So in our workshop, we'll be looking at 4 other technologies: Jing, slidecasting, VoiceThread, and YouTube videos. In the discussion forums in Moodle, we'll be discussing the pedagogy of these tools, how best to use these technologies to improve student learning, and we'll also ask all the workshop participants to critique podcasting resources in their disciplinary areas.
As we move forward with this workshop, we're starting on Wednesday, June 20th. That's when we'll have the introductory materials available, and we'll have a separate forum in the Moodle discussion forums for each of the participants to introduce themselves to the others in the workshop. We also have a large number of tutorials for the workshop participants to view so that they can get up to speed at creating content using each of the technologies mentioned in the previous slide. Actually, we have 9 different assignments for the workshop participants to do, and they can earn a certificate of completion for this workshop by successfully completing 5 of these assignments. That same day that the workshop begins, Wednesday, June 20th, the Sloan C staff will hold a synchronous session using Blackboard Collaborate, what used to be called Illuminate, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, where they will discuss how the workshop participants can get the most out of this workshop. Michael, looking ahead, are the participants going to need any special technologies to be successful in this workshop?
Good question, Burks. My middle name is Free, so that everything we will need will be free. We'll be using free technologies. Simply all you need is a microphone and your computer, of course, and we'll point you to the sources of free software tools.
So any old cheap microphone will do, and anything that I can plug into my computer, right?
Absolutely.
And, in fact, then the participants can use their microphones to participate in the 2 Illuminate sessions, not just the one on Wednesday, June 20th, but also the synchronous session that we'll be doing on Friday, June 29th, at the end of this online workshop. That synchronous session is scheduled from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time that day. During that session, we'll have an opportunity to discuss what we've learned during the workshop, and the participants will be able to ask any questions that they may have. Again, if the participants have that microphone that they used in making their podcasts and other recordings, they'll be able to interact using the audio feature of Illuminate. Well, I guess that's now renamed Blackboard Collaborate.
And it looks like a great week ahead. I sure hope that the workshop participants enjoy this workshop and find it to be worthwhile.
I know that a number of the workshop participants will want to earn a certificate of completion for this workshop. And on this slide, we've listed the various activities that will have to be completed successfully in order to earn this certificate.
Yes, Burks, but actually, the workshop participants will only have to complete 5 of these 9 activities successfully in order to receive their certificate of completion.
Right you are, Michael. I think that by completing 5 of these activities successfully, the workshop participants will get a good idea of how to use these multimedia tools to improve student engagement and student learning in the classes that they teach. You know, Michael, before we conclude this presentation, we should tell the viewers how we're producing it. You're in your office on the UIS campus in Springfield, while I'm in my home office in Champaign. With the high cost of gasoline, plus the fact that I'm inherently frugal, I didn't feel like driving 90 miles each way to go to UIS to record this presentation. We're speaking over the internet using the free Skype software, and our conversation is being recorded using the free MP3 Skype recorder software running on my Windows PC. This software saves the audio directly on my computer in MP3 format.
That's right, Burks. We started using the MP3 Skype recorder product several years ago now, and it seems to work really well. Imagine using this with podcasting in the classes you are teaching. You could have a Skype conversation with an expert in your field and record it with the MP3 Skype recorder, and then you could add the MP3 file to a podcast.
Sure, and the expert could be anywhere in the world with a broadband connection using the free Skype software. In fact, using MP3 Skype recorder to produce a podcast incorporating an interview with a colleague is one of the 9 assignments in this workshop. For this introduction to the workshop, I'll simply use the audio recording of our conversation as the narration of a PowerPoint presentation. And I'll also create a slidecast of this presentation.
And, as one might expect, slidecasting is one of the 9 assignments we will have for this workshop.
Go figure. During this Sloan C Online workshop, we'll be glad to interact with you, of course, and to answer any questions that you may have. It's probably easiest if you simply post those questions to the discussion forums in Moodle. But if you want to contact us by email, you certainly can, and our email addresses are given on this slide. And if you want to find out anything more about us, We also list the URL of our personal websites on this slide. So, Michael, I'm really looking forward to the next 10 days. These Sloan-C online workshops are always quite enjoyable.
You are so right, Burks. To sum up, we're really looking forward to interacting with all of you in this Sloan-C online workshop.